Hey everybody, Mrs. Wilson here, coming to bring you another reading lesson for the day. Today we're going to talk all about comprehension. On Monday, I read the book to you, Miss Rumphius, and I hope that before this lesson you go back and you watch the video of me reading this because it will really help you understand today's lesson. On Tuesday, yesterday, we did a vocabulary lesson for all the words that are in Miss Rumphius that we may not have known the meaning of. And then today, like I said, it's all about comprehension. And I am going to talk about two different reading comprehension strategies that you can use while you're reading. Well, comprehension means we understand what we read. You can read and read and read and read and read a couple pages and then stop and think about what you read and have no idea. So in second grade, we learn a lot of reading comprehension strategies. So we're going to talk about two today. The first one is character motivation. What is it that makes a character do what they do? Why did Miss Rumphius go to faraway places? Why did she move away from where she lived by the water? Why did she plant lupine seeds? What motivated her to do all of these things? So character motivation is the first reading strategy that we're going to talk about. And like I said, it means why. Why does a character do something? So while you're reading either Miss Rumphius, because I know you went back and listened to the book again, or any book that you're reading at home, think about why a character does something. That will help you understand the text and understand what you're reading better. The second comprehension strategy is flashbacks. And this has to do with the structure of the story. Like Miss Rumphius, in the very beginning, let's go ahead and look at the book. In the very beginning, her niece was talking about her. In the very beginning of the book, the very first page, it was her niece talking about Miss Rumphius when she was a little girl. And as the story went on, we saw that the story actually was about Miss Rumphius when she was a little girl. And then as she got older, when she went to be a librarian, when she went to faraway places and different islands and things like that. And then when she came back to figure out her third thing that her grandfather told her she had to do, is that was to make the world a better place. We see where she came back to the sea where she lived as a little girl. And then at the very end of the book, it's her great niece talking again, talking about her great Aunt Alice. And now Aunt Alice is an old woman. So the flashback was the flashback on Miss Rumphius's life as she went through her life as a little girl, and then as she got older, and then finally at the very end, it talked about her as an older lady. And if you look at what a flashback actually is, and here is a poster that will show it to you, and I'm just reading from that poster. The beginning of the story starts in the present. So with her niece, that was the present, and she was talking about her great Aunt Alice. And then in the middle of the story, like when Miss Rumphius went and got a job in the city, and when she went to all the faraway places, and then she came back to the sea and she planted lupines. That was kind of the middle of the story, and that's when it flashes back to the past. And then at the end, it finishes in the present again. So in the end, when all of the children would come to see Miss Rumphius and they thought she was so old, that was flashing back. That was the end of the book, and that was flashing back and then finishing in the present. So that's what that's all about. And let me read this to you too, because I thought this was important. If you think like a writer, authors use a flashback to explain why something happens. So if you just knew there was this little old lady named Miss Rumphius and she planted lupines. Well, we don't know why she planted lupines. But when we read the whole story and read about those flashbacks, it makes us understand why she planted the lupines. So authors use a flashback to explain why something happens and to give you a little peek at what is to come at the end of the book. And Miss Rumphius is the perfect book to do that. So I hope that when you are at home and you are reading books, that you'll look for flashbacks in a story to help you understand what you're reading. And I hope that you will also think about character motivation. The next time you read a book, say to yourself, I wonder why the character did that. Those are really good reading comprehension strategies that will help you to understand a book. That's it. Those are our 2 comprehension strategies for today. Every Wednesday, I will be bringing you some more comprehension strategies that you can use when you're reading any book at all. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Miss you all.